Prime Take is up next, and right after that, we'll serve you my blunt thoughts for today.
Thank you. Why are you called King Kong? Where did you get that name from?
King Kong is my real name.
Okay.
Yeah, King Kong is the name that actually introduced me into boxing. That's why I always say that I did not choose boxing. Boxing chose me. My dad gave me a name by birth, King Kong. So during my school days, my friends are always scared of me. Even at home, my colleagues, they are all scared of me because then we had watched the movie King Kong.
Oh, okay.
You know, so whenever anything happened between myself and any of my friends and we have to fight, they feel like I'm that King Kong. And some of them that I know I can't beat them, but they become very soft for me and they make it easy for me to beat them. So I was beating everybody. So that made me to divert everything into boxing.
Then this one appears to be kind of a nickname that was given to you early at birth.
No, it was never a nickname. That was my name. You know, they say good name is better than riches. You know, so whenever you're naming your child, you have to be watchful of what name you give to your child, because definitely the name will play a role in his or her life.
Where did you grow up?
I was born in Sukura. And
you're a Sukura boy?
Yeah, Sukura boy. I'm a Zongo boy. So
do you speak Hausa?
Most people think I speak Hausa, but
you formatted it?
Yeah, but when you speak, I understand most of them.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not good with language, you know. So I started from Sukura, and then I spent most of my life in Accra Central, Bese, to be precise. So that's where I would say, that's where I grew up. And then after some time, I moved to Dakuma. So I've been a Zongo boy around Zongo to Bese and then to Dakuma. So I'm a tough boy.
So you've been around Blacksmith, Tank House, line.
Yeah, that's Sukura area.
Latebia
Koshi, Zamamalai, all those areas.
Oh, you're a proper Zongo boy.
Yeah.
So how was life like growing up?
I would say that I came from a family, a small family, a very traditional one. And when I developed the love to become a boxer, I used to play football with my friends. Okay. And I even joined a team, and I wanted to play football.
Are you a disappointed footballer?
Oh yeah, I have this passion of becoming great. Okay. You know, and when I look at football, I realize that football has a lot of people on the field. Okay. And one man's mistake could result to the failure of all the team. So the failure of the team. So I realized that okay, no, boxing is an individual job. I even wanted to be a goalkeeper because you'll be the only one to be at the goalpost, so everyone can shine on their own, but yours is for just you, you know. But looking at my body structure and everything, I said, no, I can't. And then because of how my friends are always scared of me and I keep on beating everybody, so I said, okay. Then I've been watching my godfather, Zuzum Nelson. I've been watching him all the time, staying up late to watch him all the time. So I said, okay, I think this is where I belong. Let me go into boxing. And I started boxing, and everything started going well for me.
Were you kind of a street fighter? Because we're punching everyone left, right, and center.
In my neighborhood in Sukura, whenever any new boy comes around, we have to test him. You know, so you have to fight a couple of people until you get to my side. Okay. You know, so something like that. But I'm not like the violent type that is always like always fighting on the street. No, it's a neighborhood thing. But from the minute I started boxing, all those things went off. I grew up with a man called B.C. Tyson. He is one of the promising boxer out of Ghana. He was the lightweight champion for Africa, Commonwealth. To the West stage, he was like one of the greatest. And he was the one that had me like a senior brother or a father to me, and I learned a lot of things from him because he used to be a violent guy when he was growing up, before he got into boxing. And when I was staying with him, whenever we are at a place in the Bukom Sarah area, and then there was any violence going around anywhere, he would just hold me, let's move. He takes me away. So I have been a violent-free person.
Violent-free, but did you spend some time in Bukom?
Yeah, Bukom and Bese is like almost
the same
area, but we have names, but it's all
just the same line.
Yeah, it's all Gamashi. Yeah, but because I actually grew up inside Bese, so I like to mention Bese.
But not Bukom.
No, because I came from Bese.
Yeah, so the
I stayed inside Bese.
They'll be proud that they produced a world champion.
I actually, before I continue, right, I just want to take this opportunity to say a big thank you to the Bese Manche, Nia Ibonte. He was my first ever boxing manager.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he saw a talent.
Was he combining football and
yeah,
boxing?
He was the Accra Suffolk manager and to their CEO and everything at that time. Yeah. And I'm from there. He's one person that he likes to help everyone from the
I knew him as Nia Ibonte.
Everyone from the community. He used to help everyone from the. So when he saw me and he realized I'm from his place and I'm doing well, he gave me a hand and he said, let's go. He took me like a son, and he gave me that push, you know. So I would say he contributed massively to making of Joseph King Kong Agbeko. He made me, and I would like to say a big thank you to Mr. Mitch Williams, Awono of Aborigine Promotion. He is my last boxing promoter manager that I worked with. And he took me like a son, made sure I'm protected and everything goes well for me. So those two people meant a lot to me.
Thank you. Let me say thank you to them on your behalf for building you up to write your name in the history books of Ghanaian boxing. But tell me, how would you describe your boxing career?
My boxing career, like a roller coaster. It has been up and down, up and down. I was a very young prospect, someone that everybody saw great prospect in me. But at some point of time, things get locked at some time, open at another time. And even before I became a champion, it was even overdue, like to the time for me to become a champion. People thought I could have become a champion before then. And things were very bad, and people gave up in me. You know, they gave up on me, and then the chance came, and I had to be a substitute for Luis Alberto Perez. Luis Alberto Perez was going to defend his IBF bantamweight title against another boxer, and the boxer pulled out, and he was the most dangerous bantamweight at that time, and the most biggest puncher at that division during that time. And I got a call for about 3 weeks before the fight, and I took it, and I knew it was for me, and I went and grabbed it. So it has been a roller coaster. It has been
that was a big risk, because within 3 weeks you were able to get yourself ready for that fight.
Yeah, I believe that this is one thing I always tell the younger fighters coming up. You always have to get ready. Like when you're always ready, you don't have to get ready. You know, once you're always ready, you don't have to get ready. I moved to the US, had one fight, and I wanted to come back home for some holiday and then go back, and my managers didn't want me to go. They wanted me to stay because they were preparing some fights for me, and they believe if I win that fight, I may be maybe 3 or 4 fights, closer to the championship.
To world title.
And I told them, no, I have to go see my kids. I've missed them, and if God said I'm going to be a champion, I will be. If not, I wouldn't be. So I want to go home. So they allowed me. I went home, and luckily for me, God has always been on my side. I had a problem. That's, you know, boxing is a very tough sport. You know, preparing for a fight, going in for a fight, it's a very, very, very tough sport. So whenever a boxer finish a fight, they want to eat everything with their both hands. When it comes to food, when it comes to food, because you've starved yourself for so long, you want to enjoy with both hands. When it comes to the fun part of life, in terms of the women and all drinks and all other things, they want to, and because you have to stay away from all those things before you can make it. So after my fight, I was supposed to, enjoy myself, you know, but I had a little problem with myself, which couldn't allow me to go closer to those enjoyments, you know. So when I got the call, I knew it was for me. I just told my manager, I'm coming for it.
What was the problem?
Come again?
What was the problem?
It's something that I cannot say. But it actually pushed.
It's what I'm thinking.
No, you can't have an idea of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's something that actually put me away from getting close to a woman or having anything to do with, a woman.
So that was a blessing in disguise, isn't it?
Yeah. That's why I said God loves me, and He has always been on my side.
But God didn't love the other side, no?
You know, they said many are calling, few are choosing. Yeah. On that day, that was the fight was scheduled for was for me. So God has to be on my side, not His side. So when I got the call, I said, okay, it's for me, I'm going for it. So when I went there, they knew it was just a short notice, which they believe they're going to take advantage over me. I went in there, we went for our press conference, we did a face-off. My opponent looked tough. I took off his glasses and I told him, hey, this one is not for you, I'm taking it away from you. The confidence was very, very high. And I went in and I took it.
You don't even look like a boxer. This skinny boy, you're coming to fight me.
Yes, we give our glory to God.
What would you say has been your most challenging moment as a boxer?
The most challenging moment. I would say there was a time when I was going to fight Guillermo Rigondeaux. I was moving up in weight to super bantamweight to fight Rigondeaux. And Rigondeaux was one boxer that everybody
was scared of. Okay.
Yeah. He beat Nonito Doné. Nonito Doné is obviously the toughest fighter at the division then. And he beat Nonito Doné. And when Nonito Doné could have asked for a rematch, he wasn't asking for it. Rigo was ready, willing to give Nonito a rematch. And Nonito didn't want it. And any other boxer at the division doesn't want it. And I was a bantamweight. And I watched him and I said, no, I can do this. Let me take it. So I took the fight. Then I had gone through some issues back and forth, and I had just signed on to a new promotional outfit that is Top Rank. So going in with Rigo was promoted by Top Rank because Rigo was working with Top Rank. And Rigo is the most skillful boxer of that time. Yeah. Rigo is compared between Floyd Mayweather. When it comes to skill, when it comes to defense, some say he's number one. Others also say Floyd is number one. So he was like on his peak, the highest.
He was a beast.
Yeah. And his fighting Rigo is like a high risk with low reward. Because high risk with low reward.
How?
Because Rigo is not an exciting boxer. People doesn't like Rigo because he's very defensive. People doesn't like Floyd. The boxing, they don't like Floyd. They don't like defensive boxers. They want you to come and punch. Let's punch. Kill yourself. Let them laugh. Let them enjoy so you can make your money. They don't want you to be defensive. You know, and Rigo is very, very defensive, so he doesn't allow punch to touch him. So people doesn't pay to watch him. So when you're fighting Rigo, there's no good money on board, you know, and he is the most dangerous one. So you're fighting the most dangerous boxer with less reward, you know. I took the fight because I wanted to give it, or I wanted to prove a point, you know, and I had just stopped working with Don King, signing on to Top Rank. And then 2 weeks before the fight, I got a letter that I have to pay Don King 50% of my purse for that fight. And even the fight, you know, I'm a fighter that I love boxing. I was born to be a fighter. So I go into the ring with a passion, not because of money. We need money to take care of ourselves.
Not because of money?
No.
You just go the person want to beat you up and you don't want money.
You know, it is worth fulfilling the purpose of your existence in this life rather than becoming rich. Money is very, very important, but we all have purpose in this life. When you are doing a job that you are passionate for, you don't feel like you are working. I'm the type that whenever my manager tells me you have a fight, I become so happy. Not happy only because I'm going to get money. Definitely money will come. Money comes with the hard work, with everything, you know, definitely money will come. But I become so happy because God is giving me another chance to shine, to bring out what He has put it into me. So I am always happy about that. So I wasn't going into the fight with Rigo just because of the money. I love the money, but not just because of the money, but because I want to prove to the boxing world that if nobody can beat this guy, I can beat him. And then 2 ways, you are telling me that the small pairs that I'll be getting, 50% will be going to Don King. And you know, if 50% is going to Don King, that means if you are paying your managers, you are paying your cartman, you are paying your trainers and everyone involved, that you have to pay them, they have to take check from you. Everyone is going to take the check from you from the top, from the 100. They are not going to take their check from you from the 50. You know, so you can imagine how much I'll be earning as the one who put his life on the line. You know, so it took a lot out of me. I wanted to pull out of the fight because I felt like even though I want to fight, I want to prove a point, the risk wasn't worth it, you know, so I wanted to pull out. But the most challenging part was before then I was supposed to have a fight with Abner Mares. Yeah, I think Abner Mares earlier.
Abner Mares again. You fought Abner Mares in 2013.
Yeah, after our first fight. Okay. I think the second fight, we were supposed to fight, and then I had a long flight from. I had a long wait at the airport, and then I had a long flight from New York to California. So when I got to California, on our way to our hotel, I had a muzzle pull. They said it was sciatic nerve, so I couldn't fight, and that was a showtime fight, and I couldn't. The doctors declared me unfit for the fight, so our fight got cancelled. It was a big blow to Showtime because they've promoted the fight, they've spent a lot of money on the fight, which I couldn't make it. So this fight with Top Rank was for HBO. And boxing in the US belongs to HBO or Showtime. So if you had once disappointed Showtime, and then this is HBO, and you pull out of HBO's fight, that means your career will be dead, because none of them is going to give you, and they are the people that gives the most money, you know. So you kill your career. So I have to psych myself, just push myself hard just to go in for it, you know. So I went into that fight with my spirit not inside me, and it was a very tough.
Why did Don King bring you the letter to give him 50% of your money?
Boxing has never been fair to Joseph King Kong Agbeko.
But it chose you, so it's supposed to be fair to you.
God knows how he arranges things, you know. God, you can never ever understand God's plan. I've had like 99% of my career working with Don King, and we've gone through a lot of challenges. I was in court with Don King for over 2 years, and I have to be inactive for all that 2 years. It took away a lot from me. I have to keep on paying lawyers all the time. Every minute I get a call, I have to come to court, I have to fly from here, go to the US, go to court, after another time I have to come back. So it was up and down for some time. So it got to a time after 2 years, and I wanted the court to free me, then I can sign on to another promoter while the case is still pending, you know. And Don King's lawyer called my lawyers, and they wanted to settle, which was good. So I spoke with my manager, then Tomora, so that we can just take whatever offer he puts on board, so we can allow the case to go, so I can move on with my career. But my manager then believed so much that we are going to win the case, and we're going to make a lot of money from Don King, which I know Don King very, very well. Don King is like somebody that when you try to scare him, even though he is scared, he's going to try to show you that he's like a lion, you know. So you don't. And he will fight back. Yeah, you don't try. You don't scare him, you know. So my manager was a little tough. So when we went in for that injunction, the court didn't allow us grant it for me to be free while the case is still pending. And then they said he's my promoter, so he should continue promoting me while we're still in court. So 1 minute we'll get a call from Don King. I have a fight in Nicaragua. I have a fight in some places that they just want to take me there like a cow and just chop me off, you know. So I have to, reject all those fights. So I was inactive for a long time. So one day I went to Don King's office in Florida, and I have to bring out the beast in me so that he can give me my release. So he gave me the release then. That was when I got the chance to sign on to Top Rank. And then, you know, he's the master of the game. So he came out with some other stuff, and they demanded 50% from my purse. And the most surprising thing is that boxing is a very, very mafia business. You know, the most surprising part is that I had just signed on to a new manager as well, Frank Espinoza, and a new promoter, Top Rank. And the fight was happening in Atlantic City, in New Jersey. And in New Jersey, Don King already have crime issues in New Jersey, because he one time bribed a casino guard, and I think that has been on his record. So Don King cannot make money in Atlantic City. I see. Because of that, he can't make money in Atlantic City, and we're fighting in Atlantic City. So how can the man make money off me in Atlantic City? You know, one thing that I have lacked in my career has to do with team. You know, the
team around you has never served you well?
I've never had a team. I've never had a team. I have had trainers, I've had managers, I've had some agent and stuff, but everybody was on their own. Everybody was there for the check. You know, none of them were there for me. Nobody was there for Joseph Agbeko. Nobody was there to put, were there for me. Everybody was there for
what goes into the pocket.
Into the pocket. So so I had no power, I had nothing to do. And I have to go in there, fight, so Don King can make his money.
But let me just something very clear here. You've spoken about going to court with Don King. You've spoken about the letter demanding 50% of your money. Was it after you signed for Top Rank that he brought a letter?
Yeah, after I signed with Top Rank.
But he gave you a release letter?
He gave me a release letter.
How come he came demanding for 50% after giving you a release letter?
He came with other issues regarding our court and loss of money, some other stuff. I had managers and lawyers involved, promoters who I'm working with. All of them are involved, and everyone gave the go-ahead.
Did you fight?
For,
you fought? For top rank, and then paid Don King his 50%?
Yeah, I fought and I gave it to him.
You gave him his 50%. But what was the reason for Don King taking you to court?
I took him to court.
You took him to court?
Yeah.
What for?
Because Don King violated the Muhammad Ali Act. The Muhammad Ali Act is whenever a boxer fighting for a championship, especially when you are the main event.
Yeah.
I've been the main event throughout every fight that I've fought with Don King. I've been the main event. I think the first one that I fought for the championship, I was the co-main event. But after that, I've been the main event throughout. So whenever you are the main event and you are going into a fight, the promoter has to serve you with the Muhammad Ali Disclosure Act.
Okay.
They have to disclose to you every money that is going into the fight. The money coming from TV, the money coming from sponsorship, the ticket, everything they have to disclose to you before negotiation for your purse. You know, then you will know how to negotiate on your purse. And Donkey never did that with me. You know, he never did that with me. And so I have to take him to court so that he can bring all those things out, then we can properly negotiate on those things and know what I'm getting, what I was supposed to get from here, so I can get everything that he has stolen from me. At what point did you realize that he was not revealing those details to you? After I signed on with Tomora, the new manager, the manager knows him a lot. He has worked with him with some other boxers. He has been to court with Don King severally and he has won all the cases. And he knows all the tricks Don King used for fighters. You know, he knows all the tricks. And the trick that Don King uses for Boxer A is the trick that he uses for every fighter. And every trick goes through easily for him with every fighter because he puts you in a situation like, you know, like the mouse or mice, I don't know. When they are biting you, they still put some air there. And, you know, he has some trick that he uses for every fighter. He has used it for Mike Tyson. He has used it for every fighter that he has ever worked with. And he has gone through, it kept working well for him. So when I met Tomora revealed everything to me. And that has been the same thing. And a lot of fighters were having... But was it indeed true that he was not revealing all those details to you? So because what he did to other boxers does not necessarily mean that he was doing the same thing to you. Okay. There were other fighters who were having issues with him about the same... But did you at a point realize that indeed he was cheating you? Did you ever discover that? Yeah. So he cheated you? Donkey cheated me a lot. He cheated every fighter that he has worked with. Like how much? Can you approximate that? Because he we didn't get to the point that he has to disclose everything for the courts and myself to see whatever he was taking away from me. So I wouldn't know, but he did cheat me like how he did to every fighter. But your decision to take him to court, do you think it served you well? Because you said for 2 years you were not fighting. Did it serve you well? Did it serve your interest? I had no regrets taking him to court. I think I went into fight for what belongs to me, and the fight didn't win. Don King is a superman in the sport. He has the power to manipulate the lawyers and so on, and things couldn't work, and no regrets. You didn't win the court case? We didn't finish. I have to just withdraw the case. You would do the case? Yeah. After spending loads of money? Yeah. How much did you spend fighting that case? Because I realized that I was just spending and nothing was coming. So how much did you spend? I wasn't fighting as well. How much did you spend? I wouldn't... I don't want to go there. Like $1 million? I don't want to go there. $1 million? I don't want to go there. It's gone. No, but it's gone. But this is just a conversation we are having. Because people will tell you that sometimes these legal issues, they're quite expensive. Because to even be fighting someone like Don King in the US is huge. Yeah. So for you to have mastered that courage to go all out, show that, yeah, you had money to fight, but your money was not good enough. No. Yeah. It wasn't them. It wasn't.
But did you make money fighting under Don King? Did you make money?
Again?
Did you make money fighting for Don King?
Let me put it this way. I would say I did not live on boxing. Boxing lived in me. I did not live on boxing.
Did you make money fighting for Don King?
I said I did not live on boxing. Boxing lived in me.
That's not the answer to the question. The question is, did you make money fighting for Don King?
Yeah, of course. After every fight, I get my pay. I get my check.
Like, what was the minimum check that you got?
I can't disclose.